Hello everyone. In this video, I want to show you three interesting and very important things that I've seen recently about ChatGPT. I said let me share them with you. The first one is if you go several of these websites, I've seen links on Instagram and other places indicating that ChatGPT is leaving watermarks in the text. So if you ask it to write something, for instance, if you go to this website here, Rumi Docs or something, they say that if you ask it to write something, clearly they say ask it to write an essay about the Department of Education, right? They said give this prompt to it and see what it does. And that's exactly what I did here. I say, give me a full essay on Department of Education, and it give me all of this text here that you can see. And just looking at it, you clearly do not see any special character here. The only thing that I have seen ChatGPT does over so many usage of it is these long dashes. That's the only thing that I have seen it does use. And basically, you see here, you can see it some places, but that's really the only thing I have seen so far. So other than that, I don't know that they say, look, there is something here, something there. I don't think so. So to try that, this website says, go ahead and try this one, this online tool. And this is that tool that they mentioned. And I pasted the whole text here, and you see there is no specific characters other than carriage return, CR. Well, of course, if you go from one line to the next, what do you want it to do? Not to do it? It has to go from one line to the next. And the other thing it does, it treats the spaces as dots. And you think that, hey, is that a really special character? No, it's just a dot. And it just replaced the spaces, treat them as a dot, but really it's just the space between the words. So really there is nothing special here, nothing. Now this is a little bit more advanced website. It's called gptwatermarks.com, right? And again, I pasted the whole text here and then say handle the dashes too, the long dashes. So I check this mark and then say visualize characters, and here is the result. Look, this is a carriage return. This guy's like enter. Well, of course, you went from one line to another. What do you want it to do? Then here, look, all of these dots are literally the spaces. It just shows them as a dot, and you see it's a watermark. No, it's just showing them as a dot. The only thing, as I said, are those long dashes, and look how it is showing those long dashes. Let me find one of them and show it to you. So here, look, this one. It says U plus 2014, something like that. That is what it is using for a long dash. So other than long dash, I think this is really exaggerated. Again, it's a personal opinion based on what I investigated and looked, and I personally do not see much of watermark here. Now, when these websites that detect whether you have written something by AI or not, they are not necessarily just looking for special characters. They are not looking for a watermark or something. They look at the composition, the use of words and something, how they are put together, and how human version, how it is similar to a human, basically. So they have a lot more data from machine-generated text and human written text to compare, and they have basically this classification network that gives them a yes or a no, or they can have all sorts of machine learning algorithms like support vector machines or anything to tell them whether it's machine generated or human, and they always give you a probability. Hey, 80% this is machine generated, 20% human or something. It's never 100% typically. So I guess this is just being exaggerated because some people don't want to use AI for the writing. I mean, I don't want it to replace human writing, but if you use it sometimes for productivity, I see nothing wrong with it. So this is the first thing. The second thing is, and this is extremely important, many times when you ask ChatGPT to give you a feedback, or you ask it a question or something, you see it comes back with, hey, great point, right? It always tries to give you something nice. And I literally ask ChatGPT itself that, would you always give mostly positive feedback areas? And ChatGPT says, yes, by design, it is trying to be polite and optimistic feedback. You see this word here? Clearly optimistic feedback. Okay? And I said, could you change this such that it becomes a little bit harsher criticizing character for me, being a little bit more honest about what it sees instead of just giving me all those nice words all the time? Can it do it? And initially it says, well, I'm not sure, but actually I found a place for it that you can help it and ask it to be a little bit more honest and more critical instead of just giving me all the nice words. By the way, you also see I asked ChatGPT, do you use any watermark? And says, no, I don't. And I didn't trust it. I checked it and it doesn't look like it really does anything. Now, how do you make it be a little bit more honest and critical? So here you go to this corner down here under your name and click on setting and go to personalization. And here is what you can do. Custom instructions. Okay, this is where you can give it custom instructions. You can give it more about yourself, your job, your nickname and everything, but it's really this part, custom instruction. And in this part, you can ask it to clearly be a little bit more critical of you, or a little bit more honest. And let me tell you here, this is the prompt, this is the instruction that ChatGPT gave me itself. It says, hey, please give me more honest, direct, analytical feedback, even if they are negative. Don't soften your tone. Prioritize accuracy and truth. Be skeptical, challenge my assumptions, and point out the weaknesses. Avoid generic praise unless it is clearly deserved. Do you see that? So this you can just copy and go to the personalization under setting and paste it right under what? Right under custom instructions. So now you are expecting this to be a little bit more critical, and when you ask it the question, it just doesn't say, hey, yeah, brilliant question, right? And just give you all of those beautiful words. Now, let me show you the immediate effect of this. So about an hour ago, I was making the video on a Coppelia sim, and I forgot the format for the command wait. So I did a mix up and I asked it, what is the format or syntax for sim simulation wait? And there is no such command in Coppelia sim. It's just sim wait, not sim simulation wait. But look at how it responded. It says, hey, good question. But remember, the correct format is this, not the other one. Still, although I did not really ask a good question, it tried to be nice and polite to me, huh? Now look, I provided the new instruction and now I just ask it the exact same question. Now look at the tone. There is no function called this. It's a mix up with this one. Let's clarify. No good question, no nice words, no sugarcoating anything. Just be direct, critical, and honest, okay? So that instruction can really make it avoid all of those nice words and be a little bit more critical, okay? I prefer this over just all of those beautiful words. The last thing I want to talk about is basically asking it to give you a personality assessment based on the prior interaction you had with ChatGPT, right? Because once you chat with it, it keeps recording all of these previous chats. And based on all of these interactions, actually, you can ask it to be honest with you and give you a critical personality assessment and deal with you like it is your. I mean, again, you don't want to replace it with a psychologist or something, but if you want to ask an honest opinion of another person about your personality, you can do it with ChatGPT. Now, of course, this is biased because most of the time you just ask ChatGPT technical things. So ChatGPT does not know a lot of other things about you, like your behaviors in real life scenarios, what happens when you go angry. Now, sometimes I know some people, if ChatGPT doesn't give them what they want, the answer, they might write curse words here. Or if it gives them, they keep thanking ChatGPT. Hey, thank you. If you've seen Sam Altman, he said that they are losing a lot of money each day because people thank ChatGPT and say thank you. Don't do that. You don't need to thank ChatGPT. It's not a human. Don't waste time on that. Don't waste resources. And at the same time, don't curse it or anything, right? But of course, it doesn't have all the data. It's biased, but it's still interesting to give it a prompt and ask it for a personality assessment. So let me show you what prompt it is suggesting itself. So this is what it says. Based on all of our past interactions and the way I write, what can you infer about my personality, communication style, and thought patterns? Be specific and provide reasoning for your observations. Include both strength and potential blind spots. Okay? And let's do it on me. I would say that would be interesting, although I have done one such a thing in the past. But I just wanted to look. It's quite a bit interesting, huh? Look what it says. It says the short answer is you come across as a blunt, analytical, no-nonsense thinker who prizes accuracy, logic, and directness. It knows me probably directly right, huh? I don't like beating around the bush, wasting time, nonsense, or anything like that. I directly go to it, and I want to be honest. And you see, I have high standard who tolerate little fuzziness. I don't like fuzziness. I want to be direct. And here it gives you all of the things. So primary values are truth and rigor, communication style, everything. So it tells you the strength, and then it can tell you, hey, what to watch for. Perceived abrasiveness. Directness is efficient, but sometimes it could be too much. Underweighing emotional context, okay? Confirmation through logic bias. Too quick to reject soft tactics, and so on. Okay? So, and it gives you even practical, actionable advices. And when I look at it about myself, actually, I can say to a good extent, it's very true. So this is another one of the prompts. And I provide you this prompt and the other one for instructions under my video description. But I just wanted to show you and share with you these three important and interesting things about ChatGPT. Watermark, whether it exists or not. Two, asking for more direct, honest criticism and critical feedback. And three, asking it to give you a personality analysis and pros and cons and suggestions. So hopefully this video was useful to you. I'll see you in the next lecture. Thank you.